My name is Sangeeta Subramanian, and I am Senior Manager Workplace Development at the Immigrant Employment Council of BC in Vancouver. We are here today to talk about inclusion, and specifically the panel that I was hosting was looking at inclusion in the workplace and what are some of the challenges and barriers to having true inclusion in the workplace, and how do we get employers on board with this idea of inclusion. Oh, so many takeaways, just so many, just starting from the very first panel where we had people talking about lived experience as grounded expertise, right? So using language that starts to validate what people are bringing to the table, right? And that it's not just about academic credentials or what's seen as more formal. Mayor Lisa helps talking about stories being the fundamental unit of human understanding. And for me, that really resonated, because I think a lot of times when we are talking to employers, we're giving them numbers, we're giving them stats, we're talking about the demographic challenge and why they need to be looking at including newcomers into the workplace, which is great, but it's not capturing their, it's kind of speaking just to the rational part of them, but not their hearts. And we need to be able to start capturing the stories better. So it's speaking to both hearts and minds, because I think that's what's going to shift how people engage with each other within and outside of workplaces. One step would be, I would say, be intentional in whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're saying that you want to hire more people from diverse backgrounds, then actually think about what you're doing that may or may not be bringing them into your workplace. So start with an audit, and it doesn't have to be something really complicated. It can be as simple as looking at your processes and getting someone from that background to look at it and say, does this make sense? We heard a lot about international students and how they have actually become a business for post-secondary institutions in Canada. I would say it's also good business practice to make sure that your customer goes away satisfied. A lot of students come here because they actually want to stay in Canada. I think there's research that shows that about 70% of students that come here actually want to stay. So if you don't create those pathways to immigration, you're going to have unsatisfied customers, and that pipeline's going to dry up very, very quickly then.